I need a snack before I start this. Could start an ASMR channel with this. Yeah, right. All right. No, enough of that. We gotta get this started. Coming at you all sans makeup today, except my little stamps. Fun fact: I suffer from a chronic illness called eczema, and it sometimes makes it so that my so that my skin goes crazy, and I get it on my eyelids. Woohoo! So sometimes I can't wear makeup because my eyes. Hello everybody, welcome back to KJ's Music. I am KJ, of course, and today I wanted to come and tell you a little story. So way back in the yesteryear of 2020, I wrote an album of music called, well, this is something new. Very cleverly titled, I know, well aware. And I wrote a bunch of songs that at the time, I was trying to work out some things. I was working through some specific feelings about my past with my therapist, and also just doing some internal work. And I wanted to put that into an album of some sort. So I released an album full of music that I was very proud of. And then kind of over the next couple of months, as I listened and assessed and chatted with people about it, it started to occur to me that I had the makings of a musical, so I adapted that into a musical. At the end of this video, you will see a playlist link for that. Go ahead and check that out if you want to see our premiere of the musical. I'm still very proud of it. Inner Demons the musical, so very proud. Can't wait to give you more updates about it. But I wanted to come and tell you the origin story of one of the songs. Growing up, I was always a young, queer, short individual. I didn't have a whole lot of positive feelings about the way I looked or the way that I came across to other people physically, because I didn't have any of the attributes that I was supposed to have as quote unquote a male presenting individual, which I have now dealt with and figured out some new ways to see myself as a gender fluid, non-binary trans individual. But at the time, I couldn't figure out how I didn't have those attributes, and also didn't have the attributes of the queer people that I was supposed to have, that I saw on TV. You know, lean, usually long, tall, well-muscled, but not too muscled necessarily. I didn't have any of those things, and I didn't really understand how I was supposed to feel or look as a person. And as such, that meant that I often didn't feel like I had much to offer physically to other people. Frankly, I didn't feel like I had a whole lot of sex appeal, as it were. And that kind of translated into many years of not really understanding how I was supposed to figure out relationships or find love. That with also being raised in a conservative Catholic household and not having a whole lot of access to being able to have a relationship. But that is a story for a different video. I decided that I wanted to write a song that was about that person. A person who felt like the way that they looked and the way that they felt maybe didn't translate to traditional sex appeal or attractiveness, but that still had a little bit of tongue-in-cheek nature about it. So I wrote a piece called Gimme Goosebumps. And the thing that I really started to fall in love with about it was that I did base the initial melody off of the Goosebumps theme song. So the original melody sounds a little bit like this. Oh no, I turned off the lights. Hang on. Sorry, the lighting's going to change for just a moment. And I started playing around with those little arpeggiated chords, and I originally really wanted to play this on my ukulele. But I realized the sound I was looking for didn't translate as well to the ukulele. I could have found ways to play those chords differently, but it didn't seem to fit. So I moved it over to the keyboard. But I wanted to come today and sort of play the song the way that I initially had thought that maybe it would sound. With a little bit more of a quirky ukulele vibe, which is what I was originally going for, but then leaned a little bit more heavily into sort of a atmospheric pop piece. Come to me in the darkness, give me chills all through and through. Ain't got no intention to rest now, nothing to misconstrue. I really flattered myself with that line. Was trying to figure out how to chills all through and through, what rhymes with that. Misconstrue! Let me feel that tender touch now, send my skin into overdrive. Make my breath catch in my chest now, there'll be no place left to hide. And then I thought, well, for the chorus, I just want it to be, gimme goosebumps, send those shivers down my spine. Give me goosebumps, you can creep in anytime. Give me goosebumps. And as I started to build it out, because I originally wrote this on the ukulele before I started to play around with more atmospheric sounds. I wanted this to have a little bit of that, like, somebody, again, who didn't necessarily feel like they had that sort of sex kitten, like, physical kind of presence to other people. What if they felt like maybe they could? And that was kind of the vibe I was going for as I wrote this piece. So it starts to get a little bit more intense. Hear the wind howl through the night, love. Feel that chill run down your spine. Let's explore our darker sides, love. Now our souls are intertwined. Give me more of what I need now. Feast upon my energy. Move in sync with the rhythms around us. Give desire some liberty. Give me goosebumps, send those shivers down my spine. Give me goosebumps, you can creep in anytime. Give me goosebumps. And then I thought I was being really funny with the next line. Possibly not that dramatic lighting shift. How about a little role play? Let's go to Sleepy Hollow. We can find some shady glen. I'll be a Cabot Crane now. Please don't be the Headless Horseman. Oh, too much? Give me goosebumps, send those shivers down my spine. Give me goosebumps, you can creep in anytime. Give me goosebumps, send those shivers down my spine. Give me goosebumps, you can creep in anytime. Give me goosebumps. And then, as I started to put down tracks for that sort of demo version of the piece that had the ukulele, I realized I kind of wanted this to have almost this like 50s, mildly doo-woppy feel with sort of background oohs and ahs that sort of gave it a little bit of that, like, if we were to move to it, we'd be moving in that side step. So I started to add in a little bit of wait, that's the same note. There we go. And then it started to occur to me, I was like, okay, we got to add different parts. you put them all together, you lay them all on top of each other, and you have yourself a full piece. So Goosebumps sort of grew out of this want for like a little bit more of a, you know, like what would happen if we sort of all moved our bodies together while we were watching or listening to it or watching the video or whatever it was. I wanted it to feel kind of like a groove piece. And the more that I went with it, I was like, I want this to be a little bit more minimalist. So I started just playing really simple chords with sort of ambient sounds, things that grew, synthesized sounds that built up upon each other, with this really awesome sound effect that I really liked. It's called Ghost Voices on GarageBand, and it just creates these sort of wails and whines on pitch, but with a bent sound to them, which I was like, this is so cool. It actually really adds something really interesting with just a simple hi-hat hit in the background that I just orchestrated by just playing on my keyboard and turning it into a little drum kit with this little ambient boom on beat 1 each time with the bass drum, the synthesized bass drum. So it sort of built itself up that way. And then I started thinking about, okay, if I were going to make music videos for any of these songs, what would be the music video? And that is a video for another day, because on Friday, I'm going to be actually doing something I've never done before. I'm going to react to a video that I made in the past and sort of critique it and give you some background on some things and sort of how I did it. So on Friday, I'm going to be reviewing my music video for Goosebumps, which was completely filmed entirely indoors with everything that I had in the house and my phone, and that's it, during quarantine, about a month after the album came out, or not even. I actually released that one before the full album came out. Yeah, wow, it feels like such a long time ago now. But that, as I said, is a video for a different day. So join me again on Friday, where you'll get to see the entire piece with me critiquing it. Very, very, hopefully very, very fun and exciting. Next week is Halloween, and I don't have a video planned. So the last couple of years, I have used Halloween as a jumping off point for new music. On Halloween, I didn't have a new song that I'm planning to premiere. However, what I'm going to do is come back and chat with you a little bit about some of the other songs from the musical, give you a little bit more backstory about kind of the genesis of all of that. So be on the lookout for that video next Monday, in addition to my reaction video to Goosebumps on Friday. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this song gives you some goosebumps. Follow the links below to find where you can listen to the original Goosebumps or the fabulous recording that myself, my friend Isabella Dunseith, Corey Holloway, and also Abilene Olson performed with their magical voices to create the more theatrical version of that song. So I'll post links for those down below. Check out the music video so that you could be ready to join me for the reaction on Friday. Guess what? Only 5 or 6, depending upon which day you're watching this, more days till Halloween. How exciting! 5 or 6 more days till Halloween, you say? What do you mean by that? Well, what I mean is that my patrons over on my Patreon are getting to watch this a day early. So if you do want early access to videos as well as personalized music written just for you about anything, I'll give you some examples. I wrote a song about someone being cozy in their bed. I wrote a song about someone's cats. I wrote a song about someone else's cats, and I wrote a song about Gabrielle and Xena. I'm in the process of writing personalized songs for 2022, and I've got some deals coming up on my Patreon, which I will tell you about at a later time, but it involves extra personalized songs, extra gifts, and also bringing friends along for the ride. So if you want more information about my Patreon, it's on screen as well as down in the show notes, or the description, or whatever it's called here, and you'll find more information about that if you want to take a look over there. Everybody at every tier gets a personalized song or more, depending upon which tier you're coming in at. So thank you once again for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Happy Halloween on Monday, and I'll see you on Friday for the reaction to Goosebumps. Bye.